Hello and welcome to another episode of Please Leave by 9. And this one, I feel like it's hitting, this will drop at a time where probably all of you have thought about a vacation.
Hey! Welcome to the party. We only have one rule here. Please leave by 9.
Yeah, so Cheryl, what do we have today? Because this is a pretty intense one. This required homework from all of us.
This one required the most homework, which was so funny. And this one is just with the four of us because today we are going to, what did we do? We all decided to pick a season to go on a vacation each. And then we picked a destination for that vacation that none of us knows about, other than obviously who's presenting it, and we're gonna try and convince each other to choose our vacations, and then we're gonna go in 2024.
Yeah, so I think a common thing that happens with 20-year-olds and like your different schedules and cities is things never make it out of the group chat. So, we're here at a podcast so you guys can hold us accountable that we're gonna take one of these, at least one.
I know
one
you
of
all
these
will.
vacations.
Yeah, I know people will be like, so did you go to blank yet? I know at least my sisters will. So they'll want to go too.
It'll be a big group.
Yeah, I know. We budgeted for 4 people, but like we stretched the numbers. So we arranged, there's 4 of us. So obviously there are 4 seasons. So each of us have a different season. And we're all going to go present in each season. I don't think for parameters, we really just had like, where did you want to go? And basically like I thought of it, I was telling my parents, it was reminded me of when you try to convince your parents you want a dog or a cat or to go anywhere, you're like, and this is why I should have a cat. It's like that's exactly how I felt when I was putting this together. I'm like, this is why we should go here. So I think everyone's reasons are going to be different, and we'll just go for it. So I have spring, so I will share my screen, get this started. Hello, and welcome to my spring vacation proposal. You might not know where this is because the picture I chose is very ambiguous, and I mean that in a sarcastic tone. So this is my spring vacation proposal, and based on
Detroit.
Sarah caught me. I'm like, I want to go to Detroit, you guys. I know they have an automotive museum. And here we go. Okay, good, it worked. All right. So if we couldn't tell by the first picture of Detroit, what looked like Detroit, it's actually Japan. And to be specific, it is Tokyo, Kyoto, Hakone, and Mount Fuji. And I know what you're thinking. That is a lot of places, but don't worry, Japan is not that big. It's an island nation off the coast of like China, South Korea, and as you can see in this map, South Korea is actually very close, which I didn't realize at the time. I have always wanted to go to Tokyo, and even in my graduate courses, if we had to choose a country, I kept choosing Japan because I was just like, I've already studied enough, I'm gonna keep going. And it's just so entertaining. Everything you learn about this country, it's just it makes it better. So Tokyo is their capital city, I'm pretty sure. It's their biggest metropolitan cities, and I've always wanted to go there. It's known for its quirkiness, it's bright, colorful, it's very clean, according to a lot of accounts, very clean. And it's not that, for a city, it's not that filled with crime either. It's something that they kept writing in all of the things like that you would associate with a normal city, like maybe San Francisco or Detroit or LA. So then from Tokyo, I would say go down. So it starts in the right-hand side, and then you see the little dot that says Mount Fuji. So Mount Fuji is one of their national parks, and next to Mount Fuji is a beautiful, and I discovered this town while I was doing my research. It's called Hakone, and it is like basically people hit it on the way to Mount Fuji or from Tokyo to Kyoto. And it is just like this beautiful paradise. And I'll get more into that later. And then we have Kyoto, which is another if you know Tokyo, you probably know the city of Kyoto, and they have a university there. They have beautiful bamboo gardens, which you can see here. So one of the reasons was it has very vast land geography going on. So it has mountains, hills, water, all of it. Everything you possibly want in a little island country, it's got it. Japan has it all. Next slide. So the reason I thought it would be perfect for spring was because of their cherry blossom season. And it's usually from end of March to early April. And they call it the Hananami Festival. It's where people literally just go outside and they just picnic and they just do things in the cherry blossoms and they eat and have a good time. The cherry blossoms in Japan are called Sakura, and so Sakura season is the season. So I thought that would be great. It's one of those things that everyone says, oh, if you can go, it would be one of the sites you would want to see if you have the ability to. And I was like, well, spring, it's beautiful. I love cherry blossoms. Why not? None. Reason 2. Oh, I clicked a button. Damn it. It's okay. No, look at my kebabs, everybody. Look at these beautiful little kebabs. But this is okay because
it's really beautiful.
Mhm.
Like I know what you're
Thank
trying
you.
to show.
Thank you, Anna. And so another reason is obviously the food. Why do we go to Japan? The food. Now, I don't have in front of me the list. I'm very ill prepared. If this presentation seems like it was done in 5 minutes, it's because it was. I'm so sorry. But there is like so many different styles. So we have Japanese barbecue, we have the ramen, the kebabs, I knew all the names before. Sushi, all this stuff. Yeah, like they have so many different types of food that are not just, sushi and whatever else you would associate with them. And that's the cool part. Like these fruit parfaits in the corner, they have fruit parfait parlors all around, and it's like a real big deal. Vending machines, I wanted to include vending machines because they apparently have the coolest array of vending machines in Tokyo and just Japan in general. And their food looks cute, because they're a country of aesthetics. So they got that on point. So everything looks beautiful and it tastes just as beautiful. So that was another reason I was like, I gotta go to Japan so we can this could be us sharing a plate of kebabs or barbecue, because we can't do that by ourselves. Can't do that. And then my other reason, I forgot what number I'm on. Okay, so this is the unique thrills part, because when we think of Japan, we also think quirky and cute and fun and very out of the box, which is my kind of country. And so they just opened up Studio Ghibli World, which is like the Hayao Miyazaki's films, the really beautifully animated ones. It includes Kiki's Delivery Service and Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle. So they made a theme park devoted to that. So that is now a thing I'd like to go to. They also have Tokyo Disneyland, which I've researched before. And the coolest thing about Tokyo Disneyland is, well, not only can you drink beer there, like beer has been a thing there for way longer than it just arrived in California, because now you can drink at the one in California, but they've been doing it for a while. And their souvenirs are very adorable and very, very cute. So that alone would be some super interesting to see. And then moving over, so we have Mount Fuji, obviously the national park. It's beautiful flower field. It just sits there above, it's just always there. It's a presence. I just love giant mountains as well that peek over things. I think it's because I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and you have Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, and then if you go to Portland, you have Mount Hood. And so it's like they're all just there. And that's basically Mount Fuji, does very similar. And it hasn't erupted in a while, I think. So that's good.
Still active?
I don't remember. Well, production note, we'll tell you right now if it's active. Right here. And then we have, so moving from Tokyo to from Mount Fuji, we have Hakone. So over here in the corner, we have a beautiful hot spring. Sarah, they have one of the biggest groups of hot springs in Hakone at these little resorts, and it's all nice and dandy. And I was like, well, I've never hot spring, so I might as well start in Tokyo. And then, Cheryl, this is also for you. This pirate ship, I didn't just include this pirate ship for fun. So in Hakone, they have their like lake or whatever, and then they give you pirate ship, like you get on the pirate ship and it just takes you around. It just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't. And then there's little rooster boats. So if the pirate ship's a little too intense for you, then rooster boat it is. So either way, you're gonna have a beautiful time on the lake in that setting. but I didn't get to look into more of why the pirate ship, why. Just why. And if you look online, there's so many different types. Like they have like 50 different pirate, like, so this is
On
just
this one lake alone?
yeah, this is one of the models I found, but there was like 2 other like different ones. Yeah. So I don't know where they put them. I don't know. But I need to do more research on that. It's so cool. Let's see. We have this also counts as transportation, but we also have bullet trains. And I don't know if you saw the movie Bullet Train. It's not like that. Don't worry. No one tries to kill you on these bullet trains. It's super nice and fun and really fast. And so bullet trains.
Are you trying to tell me that Aaron Taylor Johnson is not on every bullet train?
I mean, if it gets you to Japan, then yes, he is. He's on every single one. Every single one. So, but yeah, so they have those nice bullet trains that get you, and I've never trained before either. So something to consider. If you want to get me my first train ride, something to consider. I'm not saying that's a bit something to consider. And so the train then from Hakone will take you to Kyoto. And in Kyoto, we have one of the biggest, nicest aquariums, right? So whale sharks, we're talking whale sharks. They're one of the only people who on the planet who are allowed to house whale sharks. And if we don't know how big whale sharks are, they're the biggest shark, not the biggest whale, but they are the biggest shark. And they definitely need the most room. And I cannot even imagine having to try and
it looks like they have not 1 but 2.
2, yeah, there's 2 in this
Only get
photo.
1.
There's a baby, so they even breed them. That's how big of a flex it is. They're like, not only do we got whale sharks, but we got baby whale sharks. And then they have the famous bamboo forest in Kyoto. So when I was doing research, what it looked like was that Tokyo is definitely the metropolitan city. It definitely has its old school like traditional historical landmarks. Like in this corner right here, you see this temple. That's in Tokyo actually. So it still retains. So it has so much history and it's beautifully well kept. In Kyoto though, it is more of a older like city like that on the land. It's less metropolitan-y is what I gathered from that. But yeah, so they're both really cool places to visit. And so basically the last part is the itinerary. Okay, so this is where all the logistics come in. I included money in here and a cute little map of what it would look like. But basically I was looking at dates for March to April, end of March, early April. So it would be 7 days. I need 7 days of your time, please, to get to all of these sites. And it would basically be 3 days in Tokyo, or 3 nights in Tokyo, 2 nights Fuji, Hakone, Mount Fuji, and then 3 nights in Kyoto. And then the most expensive thing, let's just boil it down. The most expensive thing is getting there. It's the plane ride. That is the worst part of it. Non-stop tickets are very expensive. And I didn't even look into it where you would stop I don't know where you would stop. They had non-stop, like summer stops, but I was like, where would they take you? Like, what? I don't know. Never looked into that. Really should have. That's all the logistics. It's not a cheap trip because I also generously upped the budget for food because I mean, right, Anna? I knew my food slide would get Anna. So I generously updated the budget for food and all that. So it is not an easy trip for a family of 4 like us, but I mean, it's a once in a lifetime, especially during spring cherry blossom season, which I think would be wonderful. And because we're there, that's why I was like, hit all the stops. And then next time we'll go to northern Japan where Sapporo is and the forest up there. We'll hit that's part
Beer?
Yeah, the beer. Yeah,
beer?
exactly. There's a town. Sapporo is a town, which I did not realize.
Made out of beer?
Yes.
Yes.
On beer.
Yes, Sapporo bottles.
Yeah,
It's where you stay. Little hut.
That's where it comes from.
I would feel safe.
But yeah, so that is my presentation on Japan. So Japan in spring season of 2024. 2024. So that's my proposal. That's my slide. Thank you. Thank you very much. So there's spring. That's my spring travel proposal. And next would be summer.
Well.
Ooh.
Can you enable screen sharing for me?
Are you
From
doing
Tatiana.
it?
It's like at the bottom.
Yeah, it says host disabled, participant screen sharing.
Wow.
Does it work now?
Absolutely. You didn't want me to share. 'Cause
I know,
like,
it's
"No,
just you,
Japan,
Anna.
that's it."
I was like, no, I
we
enabled
can't
everybody
go
else.
where you want to go.
Like everything else, we just have to imagine, and
Yeah.
then we'll go to Japan.
Cerebral. I want Anna to tell it beautifully.
Okay, so this is summer vacation.
Yeah.
Wait, can you? Oh, you can't see.
I can
Okay.
see it beautifully.
All right.
Yeah.
So just take this in. This this is what Thrillist says for this vacation spot. So let me give you some more context. Think about where this could be. Just think about in your head.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
It looks like
Think about-
grandma. Oh, for the listeners, that is grandma coastal vibes. It's a
oh,
beautiful. Okay, so they're saying
there's
yeah. So beautiful coast. There's lots of trees. There's pretty good, nice rocks. There's some nice rocks.
Lighthouse.
lighthouses.
Oh, lighthouse. Lighthouse is a big key for this one, I think.
Why don't we share with
Oh.
the listener?
Okay. Oh,
The
listener,
cockroaches of
Maine.
the sea.
listener,
Lobsters?
this is the lobsters. This is when they're not in the tanks at the grocery store and they're sitting on your plate. That's beautiful.
Where are we going? Maine.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god.
I
I want to go to Maine.
have planned this vacation to Maine. I did plan it for the pricing would probably be similar, but I did plan it for this summer just because my parents are actually going to Maine. They told me last night, and I told them that I've planned a vacation. They told me last night that they're going for 2 weeks to the East Coast, and they said we're going to Maine. And they're like, do you think you could figure out some things for us to do? So I'm going to send this to them too. But they essentially they have like some sort of plan in Maine. And I was like, well, what would I do if I was going to make my friends go to Maine? But this was in my top this was in my top 3 contenders for a vacation. So we would be starting our excursion in Portland, Maine, staying there for a few nights. And then we'd be going to Acadia National Park.
Yes.
And on the way, we would go to Rockland, and we'd go to a couple of different places, but there's a route that you can go. And we would rent a car. But the trip wouldn't be super long. Like it would be, it could be like about a 3-hour drive. So you could stop along the way, and we'd stop along the way. So it wouldn't be a ton of driving. And our dates would be in August, because this is one of the best times to go. We would, if we adjusted our dates, we could try to go during their lobster festival, but we can still get lobster if we don't do that.
The lobsters will be present even not at the festival.
So here's our location details. So on this beautiful map that I have, I decided that we would we would start in Portland, and then we'd make our way up. We'd go to Rockland, and then we'd go to Bar Harbor, which is right by Acadia National Park. So we would get to go, it's more of like a coastal Maine trip, and there's so much to do in Maine. So this is just the coastal side. This is what we would do if we'd go here, but there's a lot of other things to see. But the coast has the most beautiful, wonderful views and has amazing seafood. So
Oh my god. That is the most I've ever read about Maine.
Maine is like, the summertime is one of the best places to go in the summertime. And it's hard because for the East Coast too, like it's so humid there, but Maine can have it has like more varied weather, so it could be 50 degrees or it could be 80 degrees, and that's the fun of it, is that you don't know. So the airfare is actually pretty inexpensive for a flight.
Wow.
You unfortunately cannot go direct when you go from you can't go direct from Los Angeles. You have to go direct from the East Coast. So we would be flying into like JFK or somewhere else. And then that's so, and then the flight can be a little bit longer because of that, but anyways, the airfare is
Doesn't
cheaper,
matter.
which is very nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I have 2 cars. No, I'm just kidding.
You even
But,
went into rental cars. I love it. Oh
Yeah, so we would be renting a car once we get to Portland, and we would be driving it. We could drive it. I didn't decide. I think you can like just get around Portland, but we would be driving it when we want to drive and take the coastal route. So we
Road
would
trip.
go to so we'd go to Rockland, which I will be showing you more about, and then we would go to Bar Harbor, which is right by Acadia National Park, and we'd be staying a few days there because there's a lot to do there. So these are some Airbnbs we would
Oh
stay
my
at.
gosh. Yes. They're all cabin themed.
And they're
Mhm.
all cabin themed because
Of
we
course.
would be, or they're like, like the nature vibes is what I was going for. Yeah, we would be staying in all a few different locations on our little excursion during the week. And then so I didn't put out everything exactly for like different views of different areas. So you have Portland, Rockland, Acadia National Park, and then there's some places just along the way. But I will say that these are the things we would be getting to do a lot of. So lighthouses, there's lighthouses everywhere in Maine. Victoria Mansion in Portland.
Does
There's
someone live there? Is it
I
just
think so, yeah. We need
Victoria
to find
does.
out.
Victoria lives
Yeah. There's Peaks Island, which we have to completely explore that. And then Acadia National Park is like, obviously that's a big reason for the trip because it is absolutely beautiful. And then we would be eating a lot of seafood and we would be in nature.
It says the best
constantly.
seafood of our lives, Anna. Don't not sell it. Come on. The slide says of our life, and I believe it.
Yeah.
So this would be like the estimated. I don't know if the activities food is really 500, maybe more than that.
I mean,
But,
I would always up the food budget.
Yeah, and really a trip total cost of around 1,500 to 1,600 is like, an affordable for like an in the country type of trip. But the idea too is that we would be creating our own route on this, so we would get the option to choose like what we want to do and everything, and it would be a very like no pressure to do things because we'd have a week, so we would have time to like drive around and see things. So if we wanted to go out a little bit farther, but all the places we'd be staying are coastal, so they're by the coast, so we would be able to go to like little towns all over. And then wait, I have to go back because
Oh, and also everyone, for the rental car, it was a Kia Soul or a Toyota Camry. I forgot we didn't mention that.
so
Yeah.
so actually
Great
we'll go back to that. Yeah, so you do Kia Soul. I did put the Toyota Camry in case we didn't want Kia
Of course.
because I don't
The Kia boys. The Kia boys are on the list.
But either one would work. Okay, now I have to share this with you.
Also, the reason I love Maine or want to go there so bad was one time I had a dream that I went to Acadia. That was different. But also, Stephen King is Maine what it is, the spooky utopia that it is. And these pictures you're showing, though, beautiful, very summertime. Not spooky Maine whatsoever, really, besides the isolation part. But that's like what I know.
Oh, yeah,
I also have and then I have a friend who lives there who says it's amazing.
Where does she live? What part?
Oh God, I forgot the part. But it's she's told. I mean, I knew at one point in time, but it's probably near the most civilization there is.
I mean, are any of us Stephen King lovers?
No.
I am.
Incredible.
You love Maine?
No.
Like most of his stories are set in Maine
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that
because of the
like
isolation.
there's a
lives
lot of facts on just like the area itself, like the history and stuff, but it is very like it is isolated when you look at the state. That's just what it is, more isolated, but then there's more beauty that way. So it's possible you could get murdered, but then it's possible that you
do that
see
anywhere, you know?
Yeah, that could happen
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Coastal
But
grandma vibes. I've got my cardigan
Yeah.
ready.
I know.
Yeah.
Sarah's got her cardigan. She's ready.
Yeah, and then so this link went to some site and it had something, but I'll just tell you more about it. But anyways, this is the right picture here. The top right is Acadian, a part of Acadia National Park, and it's just like you get like if you look at it on the map. Hold on, I gotta go back to the map because I gotta show you this.
I love the map.
So where we would be in Bar Harbor, so that's for our listeners, that's by the coast, and then like Acadia National Park is just like there's water all around too. There's beautiful mountains, there's water. So that's like so unique. Of course we have stuff like that in California, but on a smaller scale, not the same. So we need to go to Maine.
Yeah, the map looks like it's like breaking off. There's a bunch of little like islands off.
Yeah, it looks like there's
There
a lot.
are a lot of islands around. And then the memories, you know?
The lobster roll.
For the memories, it's just a picture of a lobster roll. I love
Saying
it.
like one of the only downsides of Maine is the price of a lobster roll in the summer. So
Does it go up?
yeah.
You know what? I'm willing.
It goes up, market price.
Yeah, I'll
But
pay
it's-
$15.
Yeah. Like
More than
that,
22,
It's a
probably.
beautiful
Well,
lobster roll.
no, I won't pay that.
$30. But you just have to get it once a
We could split a lobster roll, maybe. Maybe one.
That's true. We could.
Depends how much I will like them. Then I'll get my own, you know?
but there's other good seafood there. But yeah, that's my main vacation. Affordable, beautiful, and coastal vibes, but also grandma's.
I love how you went north for summer. You were like, summer, we're going up.
Yeah.
That really got me. I really like that.
I
Yeah,
had
she's
to
like,
go-
we're not going on a summer vacation. We're
You want to
we're
Okay,
gonna
it was
jump and do
wrong.
fall early. And
I
do-
thought about Hawaii and I thought about Canada, and there are so many great things in both Hawaii and Canada. You can do so much, but there
you
needed
did
to
kind
be
of
a
like the
throw-
best of both worlds. Like you went north
Yeah.
to Canada and you did like the islands of Hawaii. Like
Yeah. It is
Really
Hawaii and
adorable.
Canada mixed together is Maine.
you
I'm
get
sure that's
Maine.
the official slogan of their tourist office.
Yeah.
Well
So-
done, Anna. Well done. So that brings us to fall/autumn, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful time of year.
What goes better with the beach than a nice frozen beverage? I love a pina colada or a frosé, but getting that nice frozen beverage on the beach isn't that easy. That's where BlendJet 2 comes in. BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up a smoothie at work, a protein shake at the gym, or a margarita on the beach. It's small enough to fit in your cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through tough ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so you can make your frozen smoothie without waking up the whole house. It lasts for 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C. Best of all, BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water and a drop of soap and you're good to go. It has over 30 plus colors and patterns to choose from. It even has a Lisa Frank pattern, which I love. So, what are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. And be sure to use the promo code PLB9 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it or your money back. Blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code PLB9 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever.
Hi, Cheryl here, 1/4 of your favorite podcast host from Please Leave by 9, and I am so excited that it is finally summer, and we all know what that means. Festival season, music festivals, pirate festivals, you name it. Time to pack those perfectly planned outfits and head to the desert for long nights of dancing or swashbuckling. No matter where we run off to, my friends and I have one major rule in life: hydrate or hydrate. And that's why I take Liquid IV with me on all my sunny adventures. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone and has 3 times the electrolytes of a traditional sports drink. Plus, those little packets fit so nicely in my dinosaur fanny pack. They have 12 amazing and delicious flavors to choose from. I love to stay on theme, so pina colada and watermelon are my summer go-tos. Whether you're rocking out to this year's headliners or recovering from pirate-themed bar hopping, Liquid IV's got you covered. you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code PLB9 at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop for better hydration today using promo code PLB9 at liquidiv.com. Don't hydrate this summer.
And so, Sarah, is that you, Sarah?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I was given fall, and my first instinct was to go to like a dude ranch in like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, but I didn't do that because I discovered this place and it was so much cooler and probably cheaper. So this place is a big lake, and I love lakes, and I've been deprived of lakes because California, they're all going empty. Apparently this year they're gonna have more water, but specifically in Southern California, you can't even like touch the lakes, get in them. They're all algal blooms. So I love lake towns. So in November, we are going to Lake Atitlan, Guatemala.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So
I didn't see that coming either.
Lake Atitlan, and just as I am starting this, I've realized I made a terrible mistake of choosing somewhere in Central America because I can't pronounce Spanish words. Bear with me. So
it's okay. You're trying, and that's all that matters.
It's okay.
Lake Atitlan is about an hour from Guatemala City, so we would fly into Guatemala City, and I was shook. It's like a 5-hour flight and like $500, and I was like, it cost me more to get to Florida.
I was gonna say,
go to Florida.
Did you also look into Florida?
No.
Not a contender for Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm going to Florida.
Oh my
But not
God,
by
no.
choice. That's only because the ship is there.
To get on a boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
My least favorite things. Anyways,
My least favorite thing.
so it's about an hour drive, and it's like a $50 like taxi ride.
Easy.
So it's surrounded by 3 volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, and it's known for its beautiful sunsets. So it kind of gave me Shasta vibes, but
Yeah.
better.
Oh
But
yeah,
better.
but make it tropical.
Make it tropical.
Lake Shasta, but make it
And I picked November because it's like the shoulder of wet and dry season. Wet is summer, so it still has all these wildflowers that bloomed during the wet season, but it's the start of dry season, so it's
smart.
sunnier, less rain.
That's so true. South America, you got to be careful because it's wet when you think it's dry, and it's dry when you think it's...
Yeah, it's like the opposite.
Oh my gosh, beautiful flowers.
It's very choose your
what
own
is it called?
adventure. Panajachel is the only city accessible by car, so that's where we would drive into, and then the rest are by these little boats. They're like just little like taxi boats. And it takes about like 30 minutes to get from city to city around. And I'll go through some of the cities and what we can do, and then like a made up itinerary, but there's so much, and each city is so different. It's like there's so many options. Very choose your own adventure. You can
Love it.
make it what you want. The first city, Panajachel, is the most developed, accessible by car. It's close to like a nature reserve. We can go paragliding.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Is that when they stick you in the little seat? It looks
Yes.
like he's in a little seat.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So start here, and then Santa Cruz La Laguna.
Oh my
That's
god.
What the heck?
Oh my.
It's very chill.
It
From
looks
the
like
pictures we gather, it's one of like the more tropical locations.
Huh?
This is one of the hotels that I had.
it looks like a storybook. Like when you think of an ancient civilization, like the bottom picture, it's like
Yeah.
in the side of a lush green mountainside, the palm trees. Even the color of the buildings is like that rich yellow color
Yes.
of their buildings. That's
Vibrant.
beautiful.
So there's hiking, and you can hire local guides to take you on hikes. And this has one of the best views. I think you can see the volcanoes from this side.
Good question.
Yes.
Is there any natural predators on the hikes? And is that why the guides are there?
That's about that.
Okay, it's more so for like
Just curious.
to promote local economy, and also
Okay.
so people don't rob you.
Oh, I love that. Big fan.
But not like jaguars or anything.
Okay. I don't know why you did say jaguar, but that is immediately the animal I had in my head. I was like, jaguar. Not even that it would be there, but whatever.
So I imagine in this city we could like have a massage, a spa day, just take in some of the culture.
Sightseeing for sure.
Sightseeing. the next city I have is San Marcos. This is like a quiet hippie town. There's like sunrise paddleboarding, hiking, yoga, massages, spiritual holistic stuff, cliff jumping.
It looked like the woman cliff jumping was naked, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna come off in the water anyway. Might as well.
Yeah, so yeah, very different, or this is like very hippie vibes.
Yeah. And how far away is San Marcos?
They're all about like 30 minutes by boat.
Amazing.
So it's just, the water is really pretty. Like, you could see some of this and I'd be like, that's the ocean. Or there's like a picture with a dock and that could be Tahoe. It just all feels very familiar, like, but also beautiful.
So, okay, wait, remind us again. This is a lake. That's not the ocean.
This is a lake.
That is not
all in a lake.
Oh my God, I got sidetracked.
Yeah, me too. I got lost for a second.
I know you started with lake
in Central America.
It's the biggest?
Deepest.
How deep?
Oh, you know, I didn't write down that because I didn't think anybody would ask me that.
How many Loch Ness monsters?
Anna, why would you ask?
I'm just kidding.
Wait, but like how many monsters can live in that lake?
The lake is also very like, so 90% of the people in the little towns surrounding the lake are Mayan or of Mayan descent. So this like holds a lot of like sacred spiritual meaning to them.
Wow.
They call it the life-giving lake.
Oh.
So there was this like tale that there's a hidden city at the bottom of the lake that holds all these treasures. And they found out that there was a hidden city and you can scuba dive to see it. So you scuba certified people can go see it. I don't know if I want. And one of the towns, you can ask the locals to find Maximon, which is a little statue. And if you give him cash or alcohol, he will tell you how to find the lake or how to find the town.
I'm in, totally down. I just searched it. You said Mayan water gods. So isn't the most famous god that's where Kukulkan is from, the serpent god?
I'll take your word for it.
Yes, he was the one who was in the recent movie Wakanda Forever. He was
the Black Panther.
But as soon as Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. But as soon as you said Mayan and then water gods, I was like, oh, that has to be him. Yes. So that's very cool.
Oh, hope we meet him.
Okay,
I know. I hope we meet.
We've had chill, we've gotten in touch with our spiritual side, and now we're gonna go party in San Pedro.
Oh damn!
Ooh. It's more poppin', it's colorful. You can hike to a volcano. It's known for the food and the nightlife. It's a very popular backpacking spot, so there's a lot of hostels and like a lot of young people that come in.
Love that. It looks like this right-hand picture reminds me of if the Castro in San Francisco had its own island in town.
Yeah.
It looks fabulous. I love it. So colorful.
Wow.
Yes. And then close to San Pedro, there's San Juan Laguna, which is artsy. Guatemalans are very known for their textiles and weaving. We can watch demonstrations or take a class. Also pottery. There's a lot of street art. So that's also a very colorful city.
That's so pretty. I would need to bring another suitcase to fill it with things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to some places we could stay. This is a really like Instagram popular spot. They call it like the Greece or Italy of the Central America, which I think it can just be its own thing, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be
a big hotel on the side, and you can like jump right into the water from like the rooms.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
It is not attached to a town, so it's kind of its own thing, but it might be fun for like a night.
It's just this big house on a little like it's a
castle.
Yeah,
house
it's
of
like
the world.
It gives me like Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, it does. Bachelor in Paradise feels for sure. Yeah. It's got like its own dock. I see a pool. I see.
Yeah, lots of little like soaking spots.
Beautiful.
Very fun. And then Sababa is in San Pedro. It's,
oh my God.
It's one of like the more popular destinations. It's got all these swings, and this place it also has like hostel style dorms. So it's like you could spend like $30 a night, $100 a night. There's really big range.
I see. I love a good water swing.
Yeah, right.
That's amazing. It looks more resorty almost.
Yeah. And then Laguna Lodge is that treehouse looking one from the other slide.
Yeah.
So they have like spas and hot springs, and it's very
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. Volcanic hot springs.
the volcanoes are dormant, so I don't know if
You ship it in.
I think I did read that like
Ship it in.
residual heat. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
That's
they
really
usually-
cool.
Wow.
This one is in San Marcos, Eagle's Nest. It's like treehouse vibes.
Definitely a treehouse. That that qualifies as a treehouse.
Look at their vests in the top picture.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
talking
so
about
they
the
just
vests more.
Also, I realized that a lot of hostels, they have quad rooms, but we are a quad, so it's kind of like a private room if we want to go that route.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Easy
Nobody
peasy.
else is allowed in our
Smart.
No one else
Yeah.
is allowed.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
And then Airbnbs are an option. They're definitely like less in the town. I think it might be nice to stay in hotels because like you meet more people that way, but
Yeah.
we could also get like an Airbnb and make it like one destination, and then we go to little cities as we go.
Yeah.
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 Literally everywhere is beautiful because there's also
Yeah.
hostels. They're affordable.
Even the hostels are nice looking.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at those.
Yeah, so just bunk beds, but everything seems like relatively clean and safe and nice.
Ew.
Food, I think
Oh.
a lot of it's like similar to what we know living in Southern California. Lots of like Mexican, but they have their own spins.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's known for their coffee and their chocolate. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
can take classes or like tour coffee farms. There's a really big, I guess one of the places to go is like a charcuterie and wine place that is very popular. They have like ceviche, pupusas, tostadas.
I was gonna say that in the corner. That looks like a beautiful papusa type
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
right there.
I was looking at their breakfast and it's just like eggs and
Plantains.
beans and like crumbly cheese and fruit. And I was like, I
Oh.
could eat that every morning.
every morning.
That's ideal.
Also, in like the top middle, they have, I forgot the name of it, but like these big things that just have so many ingredients, and they kind of make me feel better about American Midwestern food because it's like deli meats and vegetables,
Yeah.
mayo based into like this big pot for like celebrations.
Oh wow. Yeah, that looks like a giant mosh pot. And
It's
you
like-
eat from that? Oh, I love it.
Okay, the pros of this place, it's affordable, nature, diverse activities, there's water in the lake.
Water in the lake. That is
Whoa.
most important.
You have to deal with my pronunciation, and
It's
there's
okay.
scorpions.
Oh, scorpions might be a little
deadly.
Yeah, are they deadly? And how deep is the lake?
Do that much research.
Yeah, you didn't talk about the deep lake. That's a con. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Okay, so like a sample of what we could do would be LA to Guatemala, Guatemala to Panajachel, stay one night there, explore in the morning, take a boat to Santa Cruz, chill, have some relaxing spa, do a lot of sightseeing. That's the very naturey part.
Love.
Stay the night there, do like a morning hike, head to San Marcos, do some like cliff jumping and yoga, wake up, do a sunrise paddleboard, maybe some woo-woo shit, relax for the night,
Shit.
and then head to San Pedro, maybe take a look at the volcano, eat, party for the night, stay the night, day trip to San Juan, the artsy place, come back, have dinner in San Pedro, and then the next day head back to Guatemala City.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That
for
sounds
coming
amazing.
to that presentation.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, Anna, the lake is 341 meters, and that is approximately 1,118 feet.
That one's
So
good.
not quite a mile.
There's a lot of. I wonder what's down there.
We'd have
You
to find,
could find out, Anna.
we'd have to find out in a
Scorpions.
fall vacation.
Scorpions on the land.
You can find out next November.
Yeah, this can be next
That's a-
November. That is wonderful. That is, I mean, it's so funny because fall, I was thinking of one thing, and then you brought us to a wonderful South American paradise. So I think that is fantastic. And it's near my birthday. So that is also.
Oh, I was gonna mention that there's lots of like the Day of the Dead festivals. I don't know if that part, but like Guatemala
Yeah.
City.
Oh, do they do? They also do that?
Yeah.
My dog is trying to push the door open. So she heard that there was pupusas.
Yeah.
No, it's not my dog. Bring back my dog.
It looks like a hobbit.
It just looks
Yeah.
like a blob.
I wish it. Anna said you look like a hobbit, and she's not wrong.
Nicest way possible.
In the most lovingly way.
Before I heard my dog, and so I was like, it's Sasha, but no, because Sasha would know how to open a door. All right, so winter. That
All right.
leaves winter. Oh
It's
my God.
winter time.
All right, Cheryl.
That's me. So,
Snow.
Snow in winter?
Oh my gosh.
so
No.
I chose winter, and as Sarah pointed out, when we were choosing the seasons, I hate snow. So I was like, well, this will be fun, and maybe I'll learn how to snowboard. That would be fun. So where are we gonna go? It's gonna be like December, end of next year, January, which I would like to point out is like right smack dab in the middle of all of our birthdays.
Oh,
So
yes.
it could be the most epic birthday trip ever.
Yeah.
And I do want to say that I looked up treasure hunting spots and places in South America and decided to go with
That's very on brand. That's very on brand.
Cheryl, I almost did Croatia for you because they have like, you could like charter a yacht. for
Wow.
pretty cheap.
Yeah, so I decided not to go with that, but I'm glad that Sarah found something because I was having a hard time like I was like, I also want to go to ruins and I also want to do this, and I can't find a spot that has like treasure hunting and everything else. But Sarah found it, so I'm glad that she found it. So where are we going? We are gonna go to, in the middle of December, we're gonna go to Africa.
Wow.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go
You totally switched
duped us.
rude. You showed a picture of a winter wonderland and ski lodges. Oh my God, you had me.
I know you were thinking Tahoe, you were thinking Switzerland.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hot cocoa.
Oh my God. Morocco? Marrakesh?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go to Marrakesh in Morocco. It is a nice 65 to 75 degrees in like December or January time. I didn't pick like a time because there's lots of like options, and it's also like not tourist season at that time, so it's like a little bit more chill and a little bit cheaper to go. Not that it was like super expensive to begin with. We're gonna stay in Marrakesh, like near the Medina, which is like this bottom spot down here, and they have like a lot of shops. It's like an old town, and that's like kind of where like all those big old shops are. I don't know if you can see them over here, where you can shop for all those like colorful
Oh,
artsy things, which is so fun. Apparently you do get lost there, so I think that we should do that on the first day and just spend the whole day there and plan to get lost, and we'll just
exactly.
all be okay with it.
You can't get lost if you plan to do it.
Yeah, that's my plan. They also have hot air ballooning. I didn't like add that in as like a thing because I don't know how we all feel about
I'm afraid of
Okay,
balloons.
Those hot air balloons are touching.
They boot.
No,
The
lighting.
balloon boot.
I'll get into the balloon if the balloon is secured to a rope. It can't go
I
high.
will not get into the
level.
balloon if it's secured. Only free ballooning.
No free ballooning here. I will not.
Okay, so that's up for debate. But there are a lot of other things that we can do. First, we'll stay in I think it's called Riyadh or Riyadh. Not a hotel. This is like a small, like traditional Moroccan house or like palace, and it has like a little courtyard. That's like what is the whole thing. Like that's what makes a Riyadh is like the courtyard in the middle. But a lot of them have pools as like part of their courtyard, so we can find one that has like a fun pool that we can hang out in the middle. And all the rooms are like kind of small because it's just like a small little building, kind of like an apartment complex, but like little. So we would probably do like 2 rooms and like 2 and 2, and they're really nice. Breakfast is included, which includes like Moroccan tea, like mint tea and coffee, and apparently they have the flakiest pastries ever. So that's what we're gonna have for breakfast every day.
Easy. Done.
Yeah. And these are all like really close to the city. Like there's a bunch in Marrakesh that are all like walkable, and a lot of them have like chartering like car service type things. So if we did want to take like a trip to a couple other places that I'll talk about, they have like options to do that, which is like really cool. And they have like charters from the airport in Marrakesh to like the Riyadh. So that's all like set up and ready.
So cool.
So I wanted to go to some ruins, and I found out that they had ruins in Marrakesh, and I was like, sold.
Love some good ruins.
Yeah, this is one they there's a lot of different ones, but this is one that Sultan built in like the 1500s, and it is just like a really fun way to look at the architecture that's in Morocco, and amazing. And then they also have a lot of secret gardens just like everywhere that we could go explore. This is Le Jardin Secret, and it's like one of the popular ones, but there's also like secret coffee shops and like hidden gems where like you have to go through places to like find them.
So it is treasure hunting.
It is kind of a treasure hunt. Yeah, for really good coffee.
Everything is the prettiest like green color.
The tiles are
like
everywhere.
the whole tone is just like, it feels royal. It feels
We're gonna live like royalty.
Yeah, that's
Morocco is what's happening. Oh, and then there's like a hike to these like really famous falls that are over there, and like the time of year that we're going, there aren't going to be a lot of people there, so we can like go and enjoy them. Like actually, it's really close to the city, and it's like a little hike, and then these are the Uzud Falls, and they have like down here there's like a pool where you like go and hang out and
oh my god,
whatever, and that would be a fun day trip as well. And then this is a day trip that I really want to go to. We can also go to the Agafay Desert. We're not close to the Sahara Desert, but we are close to the Agafay Desert. And there we can do lunch, we can go swimming in a pool, we can rent ATVs and go quadding. Also ride some camels.
Camels!
Yes! That's the four of us on
camelback riding.
Yeah, that
like,
could be us.
Yeah, this one has like one of the only ethical camel riding.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that would be really fun, a whole day. And this is like one of the places that the Riyads usually have like a trip to, like a setup for you to go.
That's so neat.
Which I thought would be really fun. And then there is also a spa experience, which I feel like is so important.
Wow.
The traditional hammam experience is like kind of like a bathhouse, and then it's a massage, and they're scrubbing you with like black African soap, and and then you just like hang out at a spa all day. But most of the spas, most of these hammams are next to traditional bakeries. So immediately after we get like we get all brand new skin, we can go eat some fresh baked bread, which I thought sounded like the best day ever.
Yeah, this looks like a beautiful indoor pool. Like the water is just so blue. The tile, blue.
It's like the Hearst Castle, but you actually get to enjoy it.
That's exactly, yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the food there, obviously there's like Moroccan mint tea, all the pastries that I've been talking about. They have meat pies, Tatiana, which are incredible. I think you can see them over here. They also have, I don't like pasta, but they have a pastry dough pasta that sounds amazing. It's like this little thing over here, and I'm so into it, Chabakia. And then they have deep fried potato balls. So I did not forget. We had to get potatoes in there. They said that that's the best like afternoon snack to like a good pick-me-up.
That sounds like for every meal.
Something else that they kept talking about, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try it. It's like snail soup. I don't know. I'll try it once. We could get like one bowl.
That's true.
If anyone else wants to try it.
Share it.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then every single website I was on was like the fresh fruit. The orange juice is the best you're ever gonna have in your entire life. So we're gonna have orange juice, lots of it.
Sounds good.
And then the best part.
We haven't gotten there yet?
No, because this is like what I was so excited about. Like as I was doing my research, I was like noticing this, and I think it's the best part for me. All the outfits. All the outfit opportunities.
Oh my god, you're right.
Look, we can do our best maxis, our best linens. We can do, look at this badass, like,
she's wearing like cargo pants and boots. And then in the next picture, it's like beautiful textile, long flowy dresses.
Look at this, the jumpers, the two pieces.
Wow. You're right. That is the best part.
I think it's the most important. Or not the most important, but I think that would be a fun part.
No, it's okay. It's pretty important.
Of the trip. We would have such a good time. And all the shopping too, like in the
city is so aesthetic, so you gotta, match those aesthetics.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
The city
I
does
think we
look
could.
good.
I wore my scarf today to kind of like.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
see now.
Prepping.
It all makes sense.
This is what I'm gonna wear while we're there. So
Okay, good.
that's my plan. Other like things that we can do, Casablanca is really close by. It's in Morocco, so we can go for a
wow.
day trip, which is really fun. We can make our own argan oil. They have like classes for that. They also have like cooking classes and pottery classes and like lots of things if we feel like we want to do some like stuff like that. More secret gardens. And then they also have the Yves Saint Laurent like museum.
What? In Morocco?
Yeah, in Morocco, which I don't know what that's about, but I heard about it a lot, and now I'm like, okay, well, now I feel like I need to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can kind of see it. It's like down here,
Yeah,
the bottom
it's
picture.
What is argan oil made out of? Are there things called argons?
I don't know actually. I saw like they have like a bunch of little
Is it
bean type thing or like seeds,
Yeah.
and they just like cold press them, and we would just be making our own. And they have like little bottles that just says like argan oil, but then you like name it your own special name, and
Oh, it is. It's from seeds from the argan tree.
yeah, which would be so fun because a bottle of Moroccan argan oil is like $50, and I think this experience is like 20.
It's so funny because now I realize Moroccan oil. When you talk about Moroccan oil, it's argan oil. And
Oh, I never put that together.
yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Oh my
Yeah, they're
God.
kernels extracted from the kernels of the argan tree, which is native to Morocco.
I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, but I think that
That was a lot of beautiful information.
is mostly it. And I feel like that would be. Oh, I didn't do a lot of like the pricing and stuff for
Okay.
things. A
It's
flight
free.
there in December, January, round trip is about like 1,000 with like taxes and
Which
fees.
is, it makes
And-
sense.
Yeah, and then the Riads max, like if we're doing, I don't know, like really nice ones, would be like 500 per person for the whole week.
Oh,
Mhm.
Was
oh,
what
okay.
I was planning.
Yeah.
And we could also do like glamping in Agafe if we decided we wanted to do like a couple nights in the desert. Like
Ooh.
they have like nice tents there, like a glamping setup, which is also like a pretty affordable within the realm of doability. And then all the other like activities and food, I think like 500. So altogether it'd be like a $2,000
Okay, yeah.
trip.
Which makes sense. That's where I would figure it would be because getting
Yeah.
is half the battle. It's so so pretty. It didn't even realize, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those places you hear about and then seeing like all the photos from it and stuff. It's like, oh my god.
So is it the off season because it's in the winter? Because the
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's a great question.
that is their like winter time. It's not going to be super rainy. I think the rain season is in November, or it was like on the other end of that, but it is like the colder time that is there, but
It's still
65 75 degrees. It's like the weather that it's been here, and it's been really nice. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that sounds like fun.
Oh,
And we'd mostly be like hiking and sightseeing and going to the spa.
oh yeah, easy.
So
Oh my gosh, beautifully well done. The fact that you made your winter trip about Morocco is very impressive.
I was shocked.
I
You're
liked all
welcome.
these options. I
Yeah.
don't think they're the most obvious, but they all make sense for this
I-
season.
Yeah, like going into this, I don't think I would have figured out, like I wouldn't have named those things. But then when everyone said it, I was like, okay, this all makes sense. Like on paper, this all tracks pretty well.
Where in the world will Please Leave by 9 travel to? I guess you're gonna have to wait till next week to see the group's decision at the after party. What was your favorite destination? Follow us on Instagram at _Please Leave by 9_ and let us know. And in the meantime, check out our YouTube page at Please Leave by 9 to see this podcast come to life and all those PowerPoints the gang worked so hard on. And if you're watching on YouTube, be a doll and visit our website, pleaseleaveby9.com. Who knows, you may find a surprise or two. If you're listening on your phone, we would greatly appreciate a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much, friends, for listening. Catch you next time. A Gaviota Media House production.